Here, Mark Abrams, along with a special guest here, undefeated 1-0, 1 KO, the former Dartmouth wide receiver, rejoining us tonight, Victor Williams, who fights Saturday at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. What's up, Vic?
Yo, what's going on, Mark? It's a pleasure
What,
to chat with you again.
what's going on? No, it's all pleasure's all ours. So you're fighting this Saturday. Tell us who you're fighting.
Fighting a guy named Jeff Bozier. He's making his pro debut in boxing. I think he's got a pretty good MMA background. I think he's got about 9 or 10 fights. I haven't watched any video on the guy. I know he's trained with some pretty good people in the Baltimore area, so I expect it to be a good competition. I'm excited for it. It's another challenge.
So he said about 9 or 10 MMA fights. Do you look at those and just to get a gauge of how tall he is, what he looks like, how he may maybe tip a punch or?
No. I for this fight, I kind of just went off of what my coaches told me. They watched him. They looked at the stuff that he's done. But for me right now, it's just about me and me doing the things that I need to take care of and adapting in there based off of what's going on. They told me what he does. They told me what he likes to do and the things that he's, what his tendencies are. And I'm just listening to them and making the preparation based on that.
So they've at least looked at film on him, though.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we're heading back to the 2300 Arena where about 3.5 months ago you had your pro debut, a first round knockout. So what's it been like the last couple months after that?
It's been good, man. Just on the grind, staying ready so I don't have to get ready. It's just been honing my skills and focusing on the things that I need to focus on and improving my conditioning and just making sure that I'm prepared to go whenever, wherever, against whoever. So just more the same, really.
How much confidence do you have now compared to this time before your pro debut? Obviously, I don't care what anyone says. Anyone who hasn't fought in a professional fight, I mean, I haven't, but I would imagine no matter how confident you are, there's probably always some sense of the unknown, and now you kind of know what it's all about. You're like more confident, more how things play out inside a professional boxing ring.
Yeah, I think it'll be more comfortable for sure, but I think every time you step in there, it's a learning experience, So by no means am I coming from the perspective of like I've arrived, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that I'm really just taking it one day at a time, focusing on being present, and not taking anything for granted because anything can happen in that boxing ring, and the second that you relax, that you kind of take a breather, that's when it tends to happen. So for me, maybe it's a little bit more familiar, but I've been competing my entire life. So that's not a phenomenon that's new for me. It's just in a slightly different setting. So and it's just me, you know what I mean? Which I like that versus being a team setting, So.
When you score that first round knockout, did you have a little like, is that it kind of feeling? It was supposed to be 4 rounds. It's it. So done, huh? You have a little bit, going through your mind a little bit.
Yeah, I would say it was a little underwhelming for sure. But that's a good problem to have. So
yeah.
So I by no means not complaining, but I was definitely shocked and a little bit surprised that it ended so early. Not expecting for that to happen this time around, but look, if the opportunity is there, I'm going to take it. But like I said, I know the guy can fight. So, I'm going to do what I need to do.
Well, you mentioned if the opportunity is there, you're going to take it. Obviously the result was what it was, but did you see when you scored the knockout that it was the opportunity or was it just a punch? You hit him the right way and what transpired?
Yeah, I knocked him down twice, and the second time the fight was over, right? So the first time, I hit him with a right hand, and I didn't really feel like I was loading up on it. But obviously he felt it, and as soon as he got back up, I was like, oh, I guess it's time right now. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that my coach and I always talk about. It's like, look, if his legs wobble, like you gotta be keen to that, and you gotta jump, you gotta finish it. You gotta finish it. You know what I mean? You can't give him an opportunity to get back into his rhythm, or come to, or get his legs back, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I mean, I saw that he was hurt, and had to jump on it.
Better feeling, knockout or touchdown?
Whew, I would definitely say a knockout. I would definitely say a knockout. Yeah, definitely both of them feel pretty good though. One of them's a team thing. One of them's like a mano a mano thing. So it's slightly different, but both
at Dartmouth, did any of the touchdowns that you've caught, did you like catch over a falling defender and kind of look down at him, kind of like you would do after knocking a guy out?
No, I mean, usually I was running by people and catching overhead things, or I mean, I definitely, or catching balls on the sideline, cutting up the field. I'm 5'8.5", so it wasn't like I was Randy Moss and everybody. But there are a couple of one-handed catches that I made that made me feel pretty good. And when I'm like shaking people on the field, when I used to shake people on the field, that felt pretty good. But now I can't recall an opportunity where I was like mossed somebody in college and stood over them like you would in the boxing ring.
So you score the knockout, and the crowd's going crazy and everything like that. What, like you said, that's an individual achievement. Football, usually, a quarterback has to make a good throw. Maybe you have to do a couple things, maybe get a couple blocks downfield. So that's the whole thing. This thing was all you in April.
Yeah, all me. Yeah,
so, I mean,
my coaches couldn't get in there and do it for me, so had to take care of it.
Is that what you mean? It's a different kind of feeling that it's all you rather than the whole team effort there.
Absolutely, exactly. That's exactly what I mean. Yeah.
So now, like, you go back. I don't know if you watched the film of your fight. What I would imagine, as they do in football, even if you win 56-0, the first thing the coach is going to tell you about the block you missed, or so is that kind of like what happened? Maybe you didn't do a couple things right in that fight that were pointed out, rather than the winning blow.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we took the time to celebrate the victory, right? But then, in order to get better, you got to take a look at the things that you can improve upon, right? And my coach, he actually made fun of me because after I knocked him down, I kind of went in there like wild a little bit with my hand up like this versus turning my punch over. So he made kind of mocked it and act like I was throwing punches like a girl, because I went in wild, and I did. And watching the film, I think that in future situations, I got to be a little bit more composed and strategic with how I'm finishing an opponent.
I mean, is that what you worked on for this fight? Kind of just being a little bit more relaxed, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like I was pretty relaxed. I think I worked on balance, distance, and range, not reaching for shots. And due to southpaw, so working against things from a different angle as well. So other than that, man, it's just making sure I throwing my punches more sharply and shorter and quicker and more powerful, and all the typical things that people are going to work on.
There's so many fighters out there who will not fight a southpaw in their first 5, 8, 10 fights. You're doing it in fight number 2. What's the thought process in that?
That's the guy that was put in front of me. I mean, I've gone against a lot of southpaws in sparring and training. A lot of people in the DMV like to go southpaw, so not something I'm comfortable with. It's different. I mean, I can go southpaw if I need to, but yeah, that was the guy that was putting. This is the guy that's put in front of me, so we got to take care of business.
Coming back to Philly, familiar, a familiar place, familiar ring, familiar building. Does that help a little bit the second time around?
Yeah. I think once you can get comfortable with an environment, things definitely it makes it easier for things to flow, right? Kind of like having a home field advantage or like a home court advantage. Like you know where you are, and that helps you be a little bit more calm versus going into a totally new atmosphere, and having to feel like you need to adjust. But really for me, once I step into the ring, it's just me and that guy in the ring. A ring is a ring, and everything else just falls away.
This one's at night. I think the last one was in the afternoon, wasn't it?
Yeah. Last one was a matinee show. This one's it starts at 7 p.m.
So now you can maybe rest a little bit during the day before you come in the ring.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Actually, I probably would prefer to be earlier in the day. I can get it out the way. You know what I'm
there
saying?
There you
go. But nah, that's God willing, though, with many more to come. That's gonna be what it is. The shows start 8, 9 p.m. Main events don't come on till 11, so gotta get used to it.
Second interview of the day, I interviewed AJ Williams, who's fighting on the card. Penn State grad, articulate like yourself. I said to him, what's Tony Jeter trying to do? Assemble some boxers or a knowledge ball team?
Yeah, hey, look, man. Look, he's got a good last name, too, so he's educated.
Yeah.
Sounds like he knows what
There's actually
doing.
3 Williams on
right.
the card.
Yeah, I saw that. Is it Tyler Williams, right? Or something like that? Yeah.
Well, if all 3 you win, it's gonna be could be a triple good night for the Williamses, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, there we go. It's in the name.
What do you want to say to the fans in closing before we see you this Saturday night, the 2300 Arena, Tony Jeter Promotions?
Look, it's gonna be a packed card. Stay tuned. Definitely tune in on Flow Sports. It's gonna be a really, really exciting night. Tune in for my fight. I'm gonna put on a show. Thank you guys for your support so much. Let's go.
I know you got roots in Oklahoma. You get a lot of feedback, a lot of people watching Oklahoma.
Yeah, absolutely. I've gotten a lot of support on Facebook, from my Muskogee, Oklahoma family. So hopefully a lot of those people are tuning in. I know a lot of people said they were going to tune in. So yeah, it should be a good showing.
Another terrific interview. Great young kid, Victor Williams, looking to go 2-0 with 2 knockouts. We thank you for a few minutes. So where do we find you on social media?
You can find me on IG at The Boxing Guy. That's pretty much where all out. That's the only thing I'm on right now. I don't have time for Twitter, for TikTok, or anything like that. So find me on IG at The Boxing Guy.
At The Boxing Guy, and we'll look for you Saturday. We'll see you Friday afternoon. We'll be doing a little press conference 3 p.m. and then the weigh-in at 5 p.m. We'll be streaming all that good stuff for you. So we will see you Thursday. Tomorrow. We'll see you Friday. And we'll see you Friday for press conference weigh-in, Saturday night the fight. Victor Williams, thank you for a few minutes of your time, and we'll talk to you along the way.
All right, thank you, Mark. I'll see you on Friday at 3.